the expressions which have the highest power of the variable as 2. They are called as quadratic expressions. When we equate them to something, they become equations. Okay. So we are talking about equations, okay, where the highest power of the variable is 2. So a very general form of writing a quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Now there are two main conditions to this. The first condition is that a, b and c will belong to real numbers. Okay, makes sense. The other important condition is that a should not be equal to 0. Again, it's very self-explanatory. Because guys, if a 0 के बराबर हो गया, that means a x square का term will be eliminated. So you won't have a quadratic, you'll be left with a linear equation, right? So to form a quadratic equation, always remember that a should not be equal to 0. Okay. दूसरा चीज जो कि important है वो ये है कि see, whenever mathematical logic says that whenever you have the highest power of the variable as n, okay, the equation will have n number of solutions maximum. Okay, so a linear equation many a times we saw has maximum one solution. Okay, हाँ, अगर एक के ऊपर एक रहा, it's a different thing. Okay, but otherwise, if there are two distinct linear equations, they can have at max one solution. So anyway, a quadratic equation, since it has the highest power is 2, it can have maximum 2 solutions. So it can have 2 or 1 or 0 solutions. We'll see them as we go on further. Okay, so going on further, we'll take one example of solving the quadratic equation x square plus 5x minus 6 equals to 0. Now, when we solved linear equations, guys, we found out the value of the variable that satisfied the given equation. Same thing we'll do here. Okay, we'll try to use the same approach here that we use for linear equations. I mean, keeping the constants on one side and the variables on the other. So we take 6 minus 6 on the right hand side becomes plus 6. And now on the left hand side, we're left with x square plus 5x. Now between x square and 5x, you can take x common. You'll be left with x into x plus 5 is equal to 6. Now I'm supposed to find out the value of x such that x into x plus 5 will land up with 6. Okay, by observation you can say that one possible value is 1 into 1 plus 5. 1 into 1 plus 5 6 is 6. 1 into 6 is basically equal to 6, right? One more possible value which we'll be able to observe is x being equal to minus 6. When you put x equal to minus 6, it will have minus 6 plus 5 minus 1 into minus 6 giving you plus 6 as the product, right? Okay, so same thing you can just observe and just you can write it down. The value of x possible is either 1 or minus 6. Okay, but it's a very tedious process. You might say that it's based on trial and error, right? So we see a much logical way to solve this question and find a solution. We try to find out two numbers whose sum is plus 5 and product is minus 6. Okay, plus 5 kahan se aaya? Okay, from this term 5x plus 5x, and product is minus 6 from this term minus 6, right? So basically, we want two terms whose product is minus 6 and sum is plus 5, isn't it? Okay, that means in this case, we write the middle term plus 5x as 6x minus 1x, and we write the product minus 6 as minus 6 in plus 6 into minus 1. Okay, so this is how we split the middle term and the constant term. Okay, now if you can observe, guys, the next step. In the next step, okay, between the first and second terms, okay, what you can do is you can observe that this will be x square plus 6x minus 1x minus 6 into minus 1, right? So between the first and the second term, you can take x common, right? And between these two terms, okay, these two terms, you can simply take out, you know, minus 1 common, right? So you'll be left with x into x plus 6 minus 1 into x plus 6 being equal to 0, right? Going on further, between these two terms, you can draw x plus 6 outside. क्या बचेगा अंदर x and minus 1, right? So x minus 1 into x plus 6 is equal to 0. That means either this is equal to 0 or this is equal to 0, right? मतलब x can be equal to 1 or minus 6, right? Right? So this process is called as the process of factorization, okay? Finding out the roots by the process of factorization. Okay, we solve some more examples, guys. When we have x square plus 12x plus 20, okay, middle term को split करना है 12x as a sum of two numbers. जिसका sum is plus 12 and product is plus 20. So this is x square plus, okay, दो number कौन से होंगे? 10x and 2x, right? Right. Now between these two you can take x common, x into x plus 10. Between these two you can take a 2 common, plus 2 into x plus 10 equal to 0. Now between these two you can take x plus 10 outside common. अंदर क्या बचेगा इसके? x plus 2 being equal to 0. So either x plus 10 is 0 or x plus 2 is 0. So matlab x is minus 10 or x is minus 2, right? As simple as that. One more example. We have 5x square minus 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. right? अब यहाँ पे the coefficient of x square is not 1, guys. It's equal to 5, right? So there's a small change here. Factorizing it will be slightly one step larger. How? We multiply 5 and minus 3, we get minus 15. So now we want two numbers in sum is minus 2 and product is minus 15, right? So we understand that these two terms are minus 5 and 3. Okay, sum is minus 2, product is minus 15. So this will be 5x square minus 5x plus 3x minus 15 is equal to 0. Between these two, you can take 5x common, x minus 1 बचेगा. Okay. Okay, sorry, यहाँ पे minus 3 है. Yeah. Between these two, you can take a 3 common. So यहाँ वापस x minus 1 बचेगा. So x minus 1, if you draw outside, the remaining terms will be 5x and 3. That gives you x is equal to 1 or x is equal to minus 3 by 5. Right? One more question, guys. X square minus 6x plus 9 is equal to 0. Now you can see it better, I guess. Okay. X square minus 6x plus 9 is 0. So two numbers whose sum is minus 6 and product is 9. Okay. Minus 3 and minus 3. So this is x square minus 3x plus 9 is 0. Between these two, you can draw x outside. Between these two, you can draw minus 3. Now x minus 3 can be taken outside. Wapas, what remains outside is x and minus 3. That gives you x minus 3 as 0 or x minus 3 as 0. Either ways, x is 3 and 3. Okay, we'll discuss this in detail. It's a case of repeated roots. Okay, now guys, there is one more way out to solve this question very easily. If you have observed already, you'll come to know, right? We'll see this. So if you observe, this is nothing but x square minus 2 into x into 3 plus 3 square, right? This reminds you of a square minus 2ab plus b square, right? This is the expansion of a minus b, the whole square. That's a much simpler way to solve the question. X minus 3 into x minus 3 is 0. Clearly, x is 3 or 3. Very simple, right? We have x square minus 3 equal to 0. One way to solve this question is you can take 3 on the right hand side, guys. So you have x square equal to 3 or x is plus minus root 3, taking square roots. Okay. The other way to solve the same question will be that you can take this expression, this equation as x square minus root 3 the whole square is equal to 0. So this is a square minus b square. A square minus b square hota hai a plus b into a minus b, right? So basically x is either root 3 or x is minus root 3, plus minus root 3, same thing you will get. Okay, x square plus 4 is 0. The problem is that you can't write this directly as a square minus b square because we have a plus sign in between. So what do? We take 4 on the right hand side. Now guys, it will become minus 4. A minus 4 can be written as 4 into minus 1, right guys? Up 4 is nothing but 2 square and minus 1 is nothing but I square. We have x square is equal to 2 square into I square. Taking square roots, x will be plus or minus 2i. Okay, again you can write this as x square minus of minus 4 is equal to 0 or x square minus 2i the whole square is equal to 0. Same thing, right? Minus 4 basically wahi hoga, 2i the whole square. So again you can use a square minus b square indirectly now, right? So it will be a plus b into a minus b is equal to 0. X can be plus or minus 2i, right?